I have converted a lot of people eating mackerel. I have a mackerel on my menu. A lot of people told me that, this is not going to work. I said, you know what, if I don't fail, I will never know what. So it's a notion, right? But I think, again, how to take that mackerel to the plate is where the question is, right? And then you say that it is your simple mackerel from our dockyard, and people are like, wow, how do you do this? My mother used to tell me that, you cook the fish. So what you do is you take the fish and put it in the curry, bring it to boil and switch it off and keep it for 15 minutes. That's actually poaching. That's actually poaching the fish. So your fish is slowly, it is build the internal temperature up. Automatically the tissues are, it expands and it just cooked, and the fat remains there. So when you eat the fish, you still have, it's very flavorful because each tissue is still have the real fat in it. I think most of the time that is what you need to really do, because that is when you will start respecting each ingredient. It's not just about the fish and the meat, and even every vegetable is like that. You can call it fusion, you cannot call it fusion, that's up to you. But for me, the approach was to take the traditional flavors from the coast and put it in a way that it is seen as an art, as a medium of my expression. Food was just how do I say, incidental, right? So I went and I started calling my mother every time and asking her, how did you do it? Why did? So she also started recollecting a lot of things, right? Like childhood days, and whether it is dosa with egg, these are all quick breakfast, right? Whether it is wheat dosa, she used to make this wheat dosa with ghee and sugar in it, and she rolls it, it's like your crepe, right? And I said, wow, I think we take a lot of things for granted, and especially our memories. And I realized that the power of memory in terms of food, and I can be honest, my memory is so bad, but thankfully my food memory is good, So I could actually, when I see an ingredient, my memory comes back, and I call my mother, like your purple yam, like your chayote. Chayote is called Bangalore turnip or something like that. Anyway, let's keep it as whether it is chayote or any of those, like tapioca or any of those ingredients, right? Or moringa leaf. And my best memory of moringa leaf, it'll sound funny. The best memory of my moringa leaf is moringa leaf with shark head. If I tell this to somebody and they're like, what? Shark head? But that's what it is. And so I'm still, as we speak, I'm still thinking that how do I take that to onto my menu, right? Without saying that it is shark head. See, it's interesting thing is whenever I do a ceviche, I don't want people to say that it's raw fish. Yeah, I want people to say that it's cooked well. It's a very different. Even if I tell them that it's raw fish, said no, it's cooked. I think to do that, you need to have familiar flavors, because fish anyway, it's good if it's a good quality of fish, and it'll be like a texture of a thick sponge, right? You know, and when you bite into it, it's very juicy, and it's already cooked. So I thought, you know, I should do it, and I will use coconut milk as a medium to bridge that palatability. Of course, you know, green chilies we use all the time. You can use some ginger in it, and of course some lime from not lemon. So I use lime in that, and yes, and it comes out extremely well. The funniest part is I was in Kerala a couple of weeks back, and I made this, right. So I went to the market and I saw this beautiful 2 red snappers. So I bought it and I made a ceviche, and I gave it to, I told my sister, you know, please don't tell anyone what is it, right. So everybody just ate it and they loved it. And then later I said, you know, it's made with just raw fish and, you know, this, and but then I think I've crossed that bridge, right? And they will eat it again. Anyway, so that is where I have created, you know, I called it as, you know, tigre de leche with cocoa, you know. Tigre de leche means, it's called it as tiger's milk. When they make the ceviche, they mix fish with onion and everything, and the water comes out, and the water is called tiger's milk. So that is actually added back into the fish while serving. It'll probably be more palatable to more audience than a lot of other people are making it, because it's got so much familiarity, right? It's got coconut milk, it's got chilies, and it's got ginger. All over the Asian countries, what you have the same 3 ingredients. So it's not going to change. It has to be perfect square. I thrive creating something, and I thrive destroying it also, because that's the only way, you know, you can go forward. Because if you get attached to something, I think it's a bad thing. So I create and I destroy it every time. A lot of things in my menu, it's not there anymore, and I find it that, you know, I think it should have never been there, right? You know, that kind of a thing. But that is going to happen because, you know, you evolve, and I find that, you know, I'm getting more structured in terms of putting 2-3 ingredients together, because a lot of people are giving me different feedbacks, and I take it very seriously. So it'll evolve. But as I said, 5 years from now, I want to be a part of 15 different projects, and all taking the coastal, our cuisine, because if you really see the coast of 585 kilometers just in Kerala itself, it'll take me a decade to bloody do that, to extract flavors from that.